Episode number 500. It's just a number. I don't feel old. Tish boom time. I thought about this joke before I pressed play. As Abraham would have said, it's just a number. I'm only 500. Those guys used to live a long time. Jesus is still going. I don't feel old. 2000. And 23 plus 4. All right, anecdote time. So episode number 500 can be an anecdote. Why not? Okay. Got a call from my brother Cam last night. And he'd been to bowling. That's not news. He goes to bowling a lot. But as he walked into bowling, as he reported to me, he noticed with his detective eye a group of suspicious-looking cars over there. Each of them with 4 people in it. Tried to get my grammar right there. And he recognised it for what it was because he's got a cop's eye. He used to be a cop. And, all right, so there's an operation going on by the look of it because there's some cops in cars. Okay. And he went bowling. Yeah, it's not his business anymore. As he came out of bowling, and by the way, this anecdote's going to go absolutely nowhere. I promise that. But it's just a moment. This is an impressionistic piece, So, this is, there's no punchline at the end of this one. Not as far as I know anyway, yet. I'm still young. By the time I get to the end of this episode, with the length of episodes I make, I may be 500 by the time I finish it. But there you go. There's a spontaneous one. That's called Wish. Anyway, he went bowling, and when he came out, they were all preparing for the bust or whatever it was, the operation. And Cam once again was just going to walk past because it's not his business anymore. But as he walked past, the bloke running the operation was one of his mates, because Cam used to run these operations, you see. Cam would have. I would find that a little bit poignant if I had been a cop, and I'd sort of think, here am I just walking past, just a total civilian, just that whole world, But it's not my business anymore, so I'll just walk past. Yeah. But it'd be a little bit poignant for me. I'd sort of say, geez, I could still be in the thick of all that, What's it all for? You could ask questions like that too, because there's still bad guys on the streets. And from the way he reported it to me, I imagine, because they had 4 cars times 4 cops, was 16 people. I don't know how many cars there were. Maybe there was 5. I can't remember. But anyway, so I would say they're going to get the battering ram and go through a few doors in the local area. Anyway, time it. Synchronized watches. I don't know how I wonder what it'd be like running those operations. It'd be a whole different. If you were a cop, you couldn't explain it probably. You just couldn't explain it. I mean, I can understand that much. All right, synchronized watches. All right, everyone. All right, CQ. All right, you at number 4. Yep, I'm number 16. All right, 3, 2. Hang on, whoa. Do we go at 1 or after 1? That was in a movie once, 3, 2, 1, go. No, at go. All right, 3, 2. Hey, hang on. I'm not ready. All right. And 3, 2, 1, go. Bang. In you go. All right, everybody get down on the floor. And I reckon that'd be exciting, But you couldn't explain it, I'm sure. But anyway, and Cameron was about to walk past the cops. Now, they were all bristling with weapons, by all accounts, had their jackets on, their flak jackets, whatever. And he walked past. Oh, wait a minute. G'day, Simon. Now, I'm not going to tell you the guy's name because it was probably undercover. I'm not even going to tell you where it was. And, But Cameron used to be part of these operations, you know, all right, boys, get ready to go in, all right, everybody, code blue, code black, thin blue line, rubber ducky, 3, 2, 1, and then screech. Cam would be in charge of an operation, down in St Kilda, going to bust through a few doors. Screech. This big four-wheel drive comes around the corner. Because in that four-wheel drive is my other brother. So I'm free-forming here now. I'm freestyling. But this happened, actually. I'm digressing, obviously. But Cameron was on an operation in St Kilda. And screech around the corner. Tony, my other brother, had spotted Cam, who was undercover doing an operation or something. And thought he'd do a great big screeching Yui in St Kilda, in that old-fashioned Tony style. Pull up, grin, and say, "G'day, Cam." I'm out, boys. For God's sake. That happened to Cameron once before too. My auntie Pauline, she's an absolutely wonderful person. Doesn't know about bad guys. She was a good Catholic. And Cameron was on a training exercise on this occasion, and he was in a booth talking to someone. So it was training, it wasn't for real. But still, a lot of money goes into these training exercises. They get cops to act as bad guys, all that sort of stuff. It's major, apparently. All this is a whole other world. Anyway, by all accounts, I was close to Pauline and I'm close to Cameron, but Pauline didn't get out much. But on this occasion, she was down in Mill Park or Epping or somewhere, Epping I think it was, in the shopping centre. And Cam was in Epping doing a major mock drill. And he was in a booth talking to a bad guy who was, hang on, I know the word, the Mark, who was obviously, but he's getting assessed, as far as I know. So there'd be a bloke in another coffee shop over there, with a clipboard taking notes on how Cameron's doing and all that sort of stuff, and they're all wired up and all this sort of thing. Look, ask Cameron about the detail. I don't know the detail, but this is pretty close to what went down. A little bit like Tony screeching around and going, "Hey, Cam." I'm out, boys. So you have to role play these things, as far as I understand it, as if it was real. So it is real, okay? I'm not going to play reality games here. I had a dream about my grandmother last night. She was there, right there in front of me, That was real. It's a type of reality. Ben Shapiro would disagree. Who's Ben Shapiro? Don't worry about it. I was hearing a clip from him the other day. Someone sent it to me, and made it. That was the previous episode. What is a woman? And this guy Ben Shapiro, he was saying, I will only accept realities that are physically what I can see. I will not accept a reality in someone's head. I call that just feelings. It's not real, But there are a lot of people. Are you smarter than Socrates? Ben Shapiro. He is really smart, that Ben Shapiro, actually. Listened to him for about maybe 10 minutes. Really smart, but a sophist. Aristotle would have hated him. And he was just, But that was a whole other story. The point is, Cameron was in a bust. Are you keeping up? But it was a fake bust, but it was a real bust, if you know what I mean. You've got to play it for real. And it matters, big resources. I think I heard that much, that big money goes into setting up these mock arrangements because they're done in the public. So you've got an actual bad guy there who's not a bad guy. He's just a cop acting as a bad guy. But you've got to play these things as real. Anyway, so Cameron's sitting there. It's very important. It's an assessment. It was probably an assessment to become a detective level 2.3 or something like that. Anyway, Cameron's going, anyway, my name's Bob, blah, blah, blah. The whole thing. So if you brought the package or whatever. And, being cool, how's Bert going anyway, and all that sort of stuff. And the bad guy, he's saying, Bert's all right. You and him are mates, aren't you? Yeah, we are. Would have said, John. Whatever Cameron's name was in that scenario, Bob, whatever. It doesn't matter what the names are, but they're real. Anyway, so my auntie Pauline comes sauntering up and spots Cam in the booth, in the coffee shop. And she's just wonderful. Just a lovely, beautiful person. Oh, Cameron! What a surprise to see you here. Oh, out, boys. Again, it happens. Oh, dear. Yeah, well, we might put you in detective school next year. Cam, nice try. Yeah, you got a big family. Yeah, I have. Shits me. I think I'll go and move to Sydney. Right, now, so Cameron's walking past this mob of cops, but he recognises someone, Simon. Yeah, that's what I called him. Simon says, no, Cam says, oh, g'day, Simon. It felt so normal, I bet, I know what this is all about. For me, that'd be poignant, But Cameron, as he was telling me what happened, he was kind of just amused. And Simon said, oh, g'day, Cam. Yeah, just organising a basketball game. I like cop understatement. Okay, it's got that Spartan ring to it, Yeah. We're going to fill the sky with arrows and block out the sun. That's what the Persians said to the Spartans. Oh, good, said the Spartans. We'll fight in the shade. We like fighting in the shade. It was good in its time. Some comedy doesn't date well. But and by all accounts, I told you this episode was going to end with a whimper, not a bang. Anticlimactic, Ali. And it will. But the point is, Cam, he just kept on moving and let them have their basketball game, which I think is nice. And if I think if it was me telling my brother the story, I probably would have philosophized about it a little bit and said, it's a funny thing. How about that? I'm just a civilian now, and geez, I almost felt that whole fashion feeling, Yeah, I felt like saying to Simon, give me a gun. I want to go in. I'll take charge of this operation, and I know how to do it too. And Simon, depending on the thing, he might say, you know what? I think outside the square here, we need a madman for this one. There you go. I finished with a punchline after all. End of 500th episode.